Okay, so is Dune Awakening an MMO or not? By now, you've probably seen that MMO tag being tossed around, and you have people saying it is, you have people saying it isn't, you have Funcom saying that it was way back in the day, but then they removed the tag. Was it an MMO and they completely pivoted? What is it? Well, fortunately for you, good news number one, you can find out for yourself on May 9th without paying a single dollar. All you will need is a key. There's going to be another beta test that anyone can play so long as if you have a key on the 9th, which is just around the corner. And if you're looking for a key, come find me on Twitch. I will be playing a lot of Dune during the beta test as well as launch, and I will have some keys to give out. Number two, I'm going to be explaining just what Dune has to offer, the structure of the game, the gameplay loop, all that stuff, so that you can determine for yourself how much of an MMO it is or it isn't. But before we do, quick word from today's sponsor. Guys, I want you to check something out right here. Notice my ping is 198. For me, I'm currently in Korea, connected to NA East. This is actually pretty good. With exit lag, I'm anywhere from like 160 to 200 ping. And for me, that is the bare minimum I need. And if I didn't have exit lag, I would not be able to play any of these games because the ping would just simply be too high. I'm going to turn off the exit lag connection here. And as you can see, it's going to disconnect me. No cuts involved. I know this is a hashtag ad, but I assure you, despite this being an ad, it's real, okay? And I've always recommended exit lag to everyone that has that has asked me prior to this ad, prior to my partnership with the exit lag. I've always recommended people to go to exit lag to lower their ping and or gain access to overseas games. Currently, I'm in Korea, and anytime I play to a global server, I will always have my exit lag on, and vice versa. If I'm in global or if I'm in NA and I'm trying to play a Korean server, I'm always going to put on my exit lag as well. As you can see, there's no cuts involved with this ad. 293 ping. 453, it gets more inconsistent, but it jumps. It doesn't quite stay at 450. It's usually somewhere between 270 to 350, kind of jumps around. Definitely less stable, less consistent. There it is. It just dropped down there. But even the lowest range, without exit lag, it is, we're talking about at least 100 ping diff. With and without, right? Minimum, at least. So definitely check out exit lag. Everyone knows they are the standard in the industry when it comes to lowering your ping and increasing your game performance. Definitely check them out. Links can be found in the description below. And I'm pretty sure right now there's a pretty big event going on where you get half off. Don't miss out. Use the link in the description below. Okay, so the first thing you need to understand is how the servers are set up. Some of you guys that are following this game may have heard there's like sub-servers, main servers, and it can kind of get confusing. So I'm going to explain this to you so it's very easy to understand. All right, here's a screenshot of the server selection screen. NA Playtest is the name of the main server. So think of it as like server 1, server 2. It'll be like NA Playtest, NA Playtest 2, whatever that may be. I don't know how many servers they're going to have at launch, but that's what it is. This is the main server. And then beneath this, these right here are sub-servers, okay? We're just going to call them sub-servers. Each sub-server can hold anywhere between 40 to 60-ish players. And the purpose of these sub-servers is to separate players in specific zones of the game. So you can kind of think of them like channels, but not really. Channels you can kind of swap anytime. These sub-servers you cannot swap, okay? Now, you can play with people on different sub-servers. I'm going to kind of explain to you exactly how this works, giving you this visual. So the Haga Basin right here, you can think of this as the sub-servers, 40 plus players each, right? So I might be on this server, sub-server A, and you might be on sub-server C. Now, if we are on different sub-servers, right, we can still play together. If I party up with you, you can join my world, I can join your world. So what is the Haga Basin? These are essentially the main PvE zones. Okay, so like there's like 12 zones in the game, which we're going to talk about here in a little bit. And you go in, you explore, you build your bases, all that stuff. That is the Haga Basin. Okay, and each one is going to be limited to like 40 to 60 players. Now, once you're done with these zones, those 12 zones, you then will have access to the social hubs and the deep desert. The social hub and the deep desert, excuse me, is cross server. So everyone that was on this area, all the sub servers that you saw right here, when it comes to the social hubs and the deep desert, which is the endgame zone, they're all combined. So there is no sub server. It's just one main server. So the sub servers are just shards. They're separate shards for the 12 zones, PvE zones. That's pretty much how the system works. Next, let's talk about the general gameplay structure and loop, starting with those 12 zones we just talked about. This is a very simple system. When you start the game, you're going to be in zone 1. In zone 1, you're going to go around discovering the map, looting different points of interests. You can build your base, you'll go to the main hub, all that stuff. Once you're complete with zone 1, you're going to have more resources, higher level gear, and then you go to zone 2, and you do that all the way to zone 12. There are 12 zones. Now, if you're a PvE Andy, that's pretty much where it ends, outside of the social hubs. I mean, social hubs are also there, and it's pretty self-explanatory, right? Like, you go there, there's the auction house that's there, there are vendors, all that stuff. That's exactly what it is. It's a social hub that you can go to. Aside from the social hub, you've got the deep desert, which we're going to talk about here in a second. But if you're just a PvE guy and you just want to focus on your base building, you have no interest in going to the deep desert and PvPing, then that's it. The only thing to add on to that would be the fact that there are weekly map resets for the 12 zones as well as the deep desert. Now, these resets, by the way, they're just map resets. They're not character resets. So your character will remain. Now, if you are into PvP or you want to start gathering the highest level resources, you have the deep desert. And this is a PvP contested area. It has the best resources, and it's exactly that. It is a huge desert area where you will be fighting for whatever, for resources, for pride, whatever you want to do. Which leads me to the next section, which is the guilds and factions. Now, this is the area where Dune starts feeling a little bit more MMO-y. First and foremost, the deep desert being in there, like a huge area where it's just contested, starts leaning towards that direction. But the guilds and faction, this is where you're going to start feeling it, because guilds and faction plays a big role in this game. You have two factions, House Atreides and House Harkonnen. I hope I'm saying that right. Harkonnen. And yes, I have seen the movies. Okay, sorry. It's been a while. You choose your faction, and your guild will be aligned with one of the houses, and you're going to be on a team together, essentially how it is. When you go to the deep desert, you can still kill people from your own faction, but you're not going to be really helping, right? Because there is a greater cause. What is that greater cause, and what is the greater purpose to these factions or these houses? It is to have control of the rules of the game. I'm sure there are words to it, but I feel like I wouldn't be doing the game justice by using the wrong verbiage. There's something called the Landsrod, which is essentially just a faction mission board. Okay, so you've got this faction mission board where you have missions that you can complete for your faction via your guild, and you get points, ranking points, right? And the higher up you rank, you will be able to potentially control the rules of your server. One of the most significant rules that you can actually apply or set for your server is that you can make the deep desert full loot, which is a big one. Okay, so let's just back up here a little bit. I know that was a lot. Let me just kind of summarize this, or let me just break it down for you here so it's a little bit less confusing. I know that might have been a little bit too much. So you have a guild. Here's the social element, guild/faction content of the game. You join a guild, or you create a guild, and with that guild, you are aligned with a faction or a house, as they call it in this game. You'd be House Atreides, House Harkonnen, right? Now, let's say you're with Atreides. When your guild is aligned with the Atreides faction, you have these faction quests or missions that you can complete. this game, the Lands Rod, right? You have all these missions, and that is the grind. You can grind out these missions with your guild or with your party, whoever you want to do it for, but when you complete them, your guild will gain points, and when your guild gains points, you will be ranked high, and if you are ranked high enough, you gain political control. Political control essentially meaning that you get to control the rules of your server, and you can even set the deep desert to full open loot. So it's really important. So for those of you who follow my channel, chances are you've played Throne and Liberty. If you've played Throne and Liberty, this is pretty much activity push built into the game to control the castle. Only the castle is the desert, right? And you set the rules rather than collect the tax, right? But this is essentially activity push, but you gain activity points by just doing contracts, which are daily missions. That's exactly what it is. Now, how the endgame loop is going to feel, how fun it is a different conversation to have. No one can really talk about it because it isn't out, and the people that have experienced the endgame, they're under NDA, so they can't speak about it, right? So this is the basic template of the game, and how the endgame is going to feel, who knows? You can decide for yourself. Definitely check out the game May 9th. However, May 9th will not include a lot of the stuff that I'm talking about here. It's just going to be the first 20 to 25 hours. Certainly not going to include the deep desert. If you want to check that content out, you're just going to have to sub to the YouTube channel, because when we can talk about it, I will surely be talking about it on this channel. And I do plan on going pretty hard as of now into Dune when it does launch. So if you are looking for a community to play with, to learn with, all that stuff, come join our Discord and come follow me on Twitch. Big shout outs to my boy Sniper Named G for really helping me out with a lot of this information, and his boy and his crew. Definitely go check him out as well. Yeah, I think that pretty much is going to do it for this video. Let me know if you guys are looking forward to playing this game, and let me know whether or not, now after watching this video, whether or not you guys think this is an MMORPG or a survival or a hybrid. Let me know. See you guys in the next video.